Have you ever opened the fridge and stood there for a full minute, absolutely sure you couldn't make one more small decision? That fuzzy, tired feeling where even tiny choices feel heavy. That's where today's little toolkit begins. Pull up a chair. Welcome to the Self-Care Cafe. I'm Pami Parker. Here at the cafe, we take a gentle pause from the busyness of life and gather around conversations that nourish the heart, the mind, and the spirit. On today's menu, practical, science-informed micro-rests you can tuck into a packed day. 20 seconds to 3 minutes that calm the nervous system and return a little clarity. I'm delighted to be joined by Dr. Mira Santos, a trauma-informed somatic therapist who translates nervous system science into small, doable practices. Mira, welcome. Would you tell listeners briefly who you are and what they might be able to do after about 10 minutes with us?
Thank you, Pami. I'm glad to be here. I'm a somatic therapist and educator. My work centers on helping people notice and use bodily sensations to move through overwhelm and transitions. Today, I'll share 4 short evidence-informed micro-rests you can try immediately, plus language and practical tips for making them part of a busy day.
Before we get into the practices, tell us in plain language, why does a 30-second pause actually do anything? The brain is complicated. Why should a tiny break matter?
At a simple level, our nervous system is constantly taking in cues from the body and the environment. Short, intentional pauses, even 20 to 90 seconds, give the system a moment to shift out of constant high alert and back toward regulation. So even a single short pause can actually nudge the system? That feels almost too small to believe.
Yes, physiologically, those pauses can slow the breath, change heart rate variability, and engage calming pathways that reduce surges of stress hormones. Repeatedly offering the body small, predictable breaks helps it learn a new pattern. Brief downshifts become easier over time, and decision-making clears because your nervous system isn't running on fumes.
So micro-rests are like tiny training sessions for the nervous system. Each one doesn't have to be dramatic to be useful. Let's get practical. You promised 4 micro-rests. Walk us through them, and we'll try a couple as we go. First, a 30-second grounding. Name 3 things you can see, 2 things you can touch, and 1 sound you can hear. As you name each item, soften the exhale a tiny bit. The naming anchors attention in present sensation, and that small exhale signals the body it's safe to let go a little. Let's try that. Out loud or inside your head is fine. I'll go first. I see a window, a mug, and a plant. I can touch my sweater and the edge of the table. I hear distant traffic. Already a tiny shift. Second, a mindful sip ritual. When you drink anything, slow to 1 mindful sip. Notice the cup's weight, the temperature, the taste. Use the sip as a single breath anchor. It interrupts autopilot and reconnects you to the body.
I love doing that with my morning coffee. It turns a habit into a small ceremony. What about a slightly longer pause, like 90 seconds, for when a decision feels heavy?
Third, a 90-second seated body scan. Take 3 slow breaths, then briefly move your attention from your feet up through the body. Legs, pelvis, belly, chest, shoulders, face. Pause at each spot to notice sensations without trying to change them. Noticing itself shifts nervous system tone.
And the 4th?
A quick sensory reset. Press your fingertips together. Notice the texture and pressure. Then hold a small object, a stone, a coin, a key, and explore its feel for 30 to 60 seconds. Tactile anchors pull scattered attention back into the body fast. Portable and doable. I can see people testing the grounding or the sip and thinking, that helped a little. Some listeners might hear this and think, that's great if I had the time. I hear that concern a lot. That's exactly why we call these micro rests.
You can pair them with things you already do. Try one mindful sip with a drink you already take, or name 3 things while you wait for the kettle. Start small and notice the effect. The tiny investment often prevents bigger drains on your energy later.
That reframe, rest as prevention rather than indulgence, is so useful. Would you lead a short guided micro rest now? 60 to 90 seconds. Something listeners can follow right away.
Yes. Find a comfortable seat. Rest your hands where they naturally fall. Take an easy inhale through the nose and a soft exhale through the mouth. Notice the points of contact, feet on the floor or the chair beneath you. Silently name supported, supported. Inhale for a count of 3, exhale for a count of 4, lengthening the out-breath just a little. Soften your shoulders as you exhale. Bring attention to your belly for 1 breath. Observe expansion and release. If the mind wanders, gently return to the sense of support under you. Take 1 more long exhale. When you're ready, blink and widen your gaze, carrying a small sense of softening with you.
I felt my jaw unclench during that. Thank you. For anyone who just tried that, it was only about a minute, and the change can be surprisingly tangible.
A quick troubleshooting note. Sometimes rest brings up unexpected feelings, sadness, irritation, or discomfort. That's okay. Those reactions are information. Approach them with curiosity rather than judgment. If sensations feel intense, shorten the pause and choose a very simple anchor, the feeling of the chair beneath you, or the pressure of your feet on the floor.
Simple and kind, that's our through line. Quick, practical ways to tuck pauses into a busy day. Pair a micro rest with something you already do, use a visual cue like a mug or a stone, and try a permission phrase. I need a minute to regroup. Small signals add up.
And remember, repetition matters. 1 micro rest can help, but practicing them regularly trains your nervous system. Over weeks, you'll build a steadier baseline that supports clearer choices during transitions.
We've put step-by-step prompts, a printable 1-page guide, and a longer guided audio version of this micro rest on our website, so you can practice along at your own pace. Visit selfcarecafe.example.com for guided audio and printable prompts. Try 1 micro rest today and notice what changes.
Come as you are. Leave nourished.
Thank you for listening.